Hello everyone, this is Wolf and Flautus here to give you another episode of the League Lab. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to watch the first two parts as I create and test out a new item set for Fizz. And this next episode is going to involve me creating and testing out a new rune page for him to go with the new item sets. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and please be sure to like Wolfen's Gaming Adventures on Facebook and following me on Twitch. Please sit back and enjoy the show. Okay, so because we've already got the item set, now we're going to focus on the runes for Fizz. Now, of course, since he's a mage, that's going to mean that sorcery is going to be the obvious answer, the obvious one to go here. So the first three here got Summon Airy. Your attacks and abilities send Airy to a target, damaging enemies or shielding allies. Next is Phase Rush. Hitting an enemy champion with 3 separate attacks or abilities grants a burst of movement speed. That would be pretty good. And then last is Arcane Comet. Damaging a champion with an ability hurls a damaging comet at their location. So of course, we're going to go with the sorcery tree. And I think, just to keep this simple, we're going to go with Arcane Comet. Alright, so next we have Nullifying Orb. Gain a magic damage shield when taken to low health by magic damage. Actually, that would be really good because Fizz will most likely be going against another mage, especially in lane, so that makes sense. So let's see where the other two are. Mana Flow Band. Hitting an enemy champion with an ability permanently increases your maximum mana by 25 up to 250 mana. After reaching 250 bonus mana, restore 1% of your missing mana every 5 seconds. That one also might be pretty good because Fizz's abilities eat through his mana pretty quickly. Sorry, just readjusting. And then last is Nimbus Cloak. Shortly after casting your ultimate, gain a decaying movement speed increase that lasts for 2.5 seconds and allows you to pass through units. Now that would be pretty, honestly, redundant because with Fizz's passive, he can already move through units. So, truth be told, that one's not really necessary. And honestly, with Abyssal Mask, he already does get a decent amount of mana, and I think 1 or 2 of the other items, I don't remember. He also gets extra mana. So I think, honestly, Nullifying Orb would be the better option here. Alright, next, Transcendence. Gain 10% CDR when you reach level 10. Excess CDR becomes AP or AD adaptive. That might be good. What's the next one? Celerity. Gain 1.5% extra movement speed. Gain extra AP or AD adaptive based on your bonus movement speed. Well, doesn't really say how much, just says extra, so not really sure what's gonna go with that. Last is Absolute Focus. While above 70% health, gain extra adaptive damage. Once again, it just says extra, doesn't really specify how much that extra would be, so it could be a little bit, could be a lot. That's kind of iffy. So, honestly, because the CDR would be really good on Fizz, I think I'm gonna go for Transcendence. And then, the last of this tree, we've got Scorch. Your first ability hit every 20 seconds burns champions. That would be pretty good, because with him having, Ignite, and say he's trying to get that little bit of health left and the Ignite just isn't enough, well, maybe this might be able to, do the trick. You know, get that little bit of extra health down. Water walking. Gain movement speed and AP or AD adaptive in the river. I mean, in a PvP game, if you're contesting objectives like Baron or the Dragon, having this might be good. But we're just doing this as an experiment, you know. This is all hypothetical. We don't know. We don't want to try to be too situational right now. We just want to test these out, see how good they are. Last is Gathering Storm. Gain increasing amounts of AD or AP adaptive over the course of the game. Doesn't say how much though. It's just very hypothetical. It doesn't give any specifics. So honestly, I think I'm gonna go with Scorch just for that little extra oomph of damage. So now, secondary tree, we've got Precision, improved attacks and sustained damage, plus 8 attack damage or plus 14 ability power, adaptive, plus 5.5% movement speed. Okay. Next is Domination, burst damage and target access. Fizz is a burst mage, so that would actually be pretty good for him. Plus 12 attack damage or plus 20 ability power, adaptive. Next, we have Resolve, durability and crowd control, plus 6 attack damage or plus 10 ability power, adaptive, and extra health. I don't see why we would need that right now. Inspiration, creative tools, and rule bending. Plus 12 attack damage or plus 20 ability power. Honestly, because, like I said, Fizz is a burst mage, this would honestly be the better option. So, we have Cheap Shot. Deal bonus true damage to enemy champions with impaired movement or actions. Now that would actually be pretty good because Fizz's E slows an enemy down. If, you know, done at the maximum length of time that it lasts and everything. So that's a possibility. Next is Taste of Blood. Heal when you damage an enemy champion. That would actually be pretty good for the sake of sustain. Because then he would be able to survive team fights a bit longer. And, you know, that might be good for him. But let's see what the last one is. Sudden Impact. Gain a burst of lethality and magic penetration after using a dash, leap, blink, teleport, or when leaving stealth. Now technically Fizz's Q is a dash, but I don't know. That would be good. That's tempting. But for the sake of sustain right now, we're gonna go Taste of Blood. And last but not least are these 7. Whew. Let's see what we got. Zombie Ward. Takedowns on enemy wards cause friendly zombie wards to sprout from their corpses, in addition, damaging a champion after destroying a ward inflicts bonus magic damage. That sounds pretty good because then, I mean, depending on the game and if you're going against people that actually ward a lot and everything, that might work. Okay, hang on. Who's messaging me? Friend of mine. Sorry about that. Anyway, oh yeah, that he's also the friend that I played that PvP game with. He was Ilaoi and I was Ezreal, and we kicked ass. Although he took 2 of my red buffs. Tisk tisk tisk. Anyway, on to the next one. Ghost Poro. Entering brush swaps your current trinket for a Ghost Poro. The Ghost Poro can be placed in brush and grants vision until discovered. While either you or your Poro is in enemy territory, gain adaptive force. Now, I'm thinking they're talking AD or AP, but it doesn't say. So, that's kind of vague, to be honest. Let's see what we've got here. Eyeball Collection. Collect eyeballs for champion and ward takedowns. Gain permanent AD or AP, adaptive for each eyeball, plus bonus upon... Oops, sorry about that. Plus bonus upon collection completion. Well... Like, I'm looking at these, they are tempting. They all look good, but let's see what the other four have. Ravenous Hunter. Unique takedowns grant permanent healing from ability damage. Now, of course, that would mean, let's say you take down their Rise, and then you take down their Ashe, and maybe their, Shen or something. You know, that might be good, but we've already got Taste of Blood with damage, with healing, I should say. So let's see what the others have. Ingenious Hunter. Unique takedowns grant permanent active item CDR. Includes trinkets. That might be good with the Spellbinder item that Fizz has, but I mean, that one doesn't really have much of a cooldown, does it? I mean, you use it and then you just have to rebuild the amount of bonus magic damage that you get. So, that's okay, I guess. Okay, Relentless Hunter is the next one. Unique takedowns grant permanent out of combat movement speed. I mean, Cloud Drake, I think it's Cloud Drake, grants bonus out of combat movement speed all by itself. Now, of course, we know that the dragons aren't necessarily always the same, but I don't know if that's really necessary, though. Last but not least, we have Ultimate Hunter. Unique takedowns grant permanent cooldown reduction on your ultimate. Ooh. Whew. That one is very tempting, actually. Because you think about it. That would be really good for Fizz. The more I think about it. Because then, let's say he gets it down to the point where he uses his ult once in a team fight, and then has enough cooldown reduction for him to use it again in that same team fight. That would be pretty insane, honestly. So, a lot of these are tempting. I'm not gonna lie. But with Fizz, that's the one I'm going for. There we got it. There we have it, right here. Alright, so we got that. So we are going to change the name here to League Lab Fizz Runes. And save. Alright. So, I'm going to end this video here. Next video, we're going to play an intermediate bot game with these runes and with this item set. So, I'll be seeing you later.